achieving the goal will feel 100 times better than satisfying that craving. And I found that to be very true in my life. I'm going to go over 3 points in this video why that's very true, and I've found that out for myself, and I'm going to kind of explain some situations that I've been in to kind of help better explain why I think that's the case. The first one, I want you to imagine that you achieve your goal of weight loss, whether it be you lose 10 pounds, or you lose 15 pounds, 20 pounds, even 50 pounds, 70 pounds, whatever. Imagine you achieve the goal without setbacks even one time. Imagine you had a plan right in front of you that was just given to you on a silver platter and you just followed it. All you had to do is check off the boxes and everything, and you were given why it is the way that it is, why do you lose weight, why do hormones work a certain way, and it was all given to you on a silver plate, and you follow it to 100%, 100% of the actual plan that's set in front of you, and you achieve all of the goals. Because that is what will happen if you follow 100% of the guide, especially if the person knows what he's doing, the person that's giving to you. And also, going off that point, the whole point of this video is to imagine yourself not having one setback even when you have something like that set in front of you. Imagine how good you would feel. Imagine how good inside you would feel if you were to actually achieve every single goal without having one fucking setback. Imagine how good you'd feel inside. Like, you wouldn't even have a single regret because you knew that you did everything to its 100% ability, and you didn't have any regret whatsoever for the entire plan because you didn't have one cheat day. Now, that's super unrealistic, obviously, especially the longer you go on a diet. So the second point I wanted to state is, like, we know it's hardly possible to lose that much weight or even lose a little bit of weight without, having at least one setback. I mean, it takes a pretty hard mind to want to, like, follow a plan to its 100% ability and not cheat even once. But I think the second point, we know it's hardly possible to do that. So eat the correct food while you're alone and not with friends, or not with others, and make sure when you're with others that you eat what you want, but in moderation. So what this point is basically saying is, like, while you're alone, this is the 80%. So, like, imagine this in a week. Like sometimes I do this because, again, as much as I want to follow my plan that I set for myself to 100%, I just can't. Like, it's very hard, and especially with other people influencing me around me, it's very hard to actually do that. But set your next week up to have your weekdays be the 80% and then the weekends be the 20%. But have the weekdays your 80% as, well, I mean 80%, I mean you follow the plan to 100% fruition inside of those 5 weekdays, and then on the weekends you eat what you want. So let's say you go out to a restaurant and you eat some burger or something. So it's not like it's crazy unhealthy like ice cream or something, but it's still something that satisfies your craving for that week, and it's also not healthy for you, but it's good macros. So I want you to really pay attention to that next time you're going out to eat, and next time you have just the next week going out. Just start on a Sunday. I guess it makes sense, a Monday. Just make sure that you're really following this plan, and you make that the 80% and the weekend the 20%, because that'll make it so much easier to satisfy the craving of wanting to eat that food so badly. But you're also going to feel so well throughout the entire weekdays that I think what I've experienced is that when I eat the weekdays are very healthy, and then when I get to the weekends I almost want to keep going because it's almost like you're stacking wins. When you get to the weekend, some people just want to, like, just go out and eat junk food and shit all the time. Like, that's fine, but if you keep stacking the wins, you're going to feel much better within yourself because you know that you're fulfilling your dream of, being in shape and actually looking the way you want to. And the third point I want to state is just when you do something that you know is going to hurt you in the future, or you stall progress, then you feel regret. But if you stick to the plan you have in front of you, you will undoubtedly achieve the goal. And the only other variables you have to add to the equation is patience with time, and then repeat those actions. So what I mean by that is, it's basically just like the talk of discipline and stuff like that. I mean, it's hard to have motivation in diets, especially most times, unless you see visual changes constantly. But what I'm saying here is, if you, like, imagine you were to eat ice cream, or imagine the last time you had your favorite junk food that you know is bad for you, but you ate it anyway. You feel fucking awful after that. You feel really shitty. Like, you feel like It's something that you shouldn't have done. You should have just ate the good, healthy food, but you chose to eat it anyway. Now, you felt regret. Obviously, you felt regret. But if you stick to the plan you have in front of you, will undoubtedly achieve the goal. Feel much better about yourself. Be able to brag to all your friends that you achieve this goal effortlessly. And the only thing that is stopping you between achieving that goal and following the plan is just adding two variables: patience and time. And I guess you could add like something like discipline, but that's the same thing as patience. Just putting in the work, but knowing that the goal is coming at the very end, regardless of what happens. Like, if you follow a plan, if you have a good coach in front of you, you know that it's gonna happen. You know that the goal is just gonna hand itself to you if you put in the work, regardless of, like, if you trust your coach and he knows what he's doing, his or her, your whatever, male or female, if you trust that coach to get to your goal and set out a nice plan for you, if they do that and you actually follow that to 100%, there's a very, very good chance that you achieve it. And I've had that multiple times with my clients, especially. Like, I have two very good client examples. So the first one is like, I guess I should start with the bad example first. The first one, I have a client that is around, he just turned 50 not too long ago. So he's 50 years old, and he was 235 pounds, or I think he was 230 pounds, and he went on my diet, and we were 2 months in, and he's lost 27 pounds. And the thing is with him is that, yes, he's made crazy progress, and I know 2 months is really, really good. But the thing is, he could have made that progress weeks quicker by just making changes in his diet. Like, he would go out to eat, which is totally fine. But those are mistakes. Like, those are mistakes that you know that you could fix just to satisfy some craving you have inside your body, or to be content with other people not calling you weird for, going out to eat and just eating, the actual healthy stuff, and just, being with everybody else, and just them grabbing you from the bucket, just like crabs. I'm not trying to put everybody else down, but like that is what it seems like most days. So, but anyway, the client that I have, he's lost this much weight, but he could have lost another 5 pounds easily, just because he stalled some weeks, because he said he had a bad day or a bad week, so he just had to reset next week. That's not the right mindset to have. You should be having the mindset of not just day to day or week to week. You should be having month to month, year to year. Like, every single day counts, and it doesn't matter like if you reset the week or reset the week, just the day. Like, just continue. If you make a mistake, then just learn from it and then keep going, but fix that mistake by, reverting back to the plan of doing better next time, if that makes sense. So that's the first example. He could have lost like 5 or 6 more pounds and probably be done with my program way quicker than than I guess he would now. He's doing still almost 30 pounds in 2 months. Is just insane progress, and I'm very proud of him. He's doing a very good job. And he's almost to his desired weight, actually. He only needs to lose like 5 or 6 more pounds, so it's very good. But my second client example is like, I have a kid that is 19 years old, and he's in college, and he has some not so great food choices in front of him, just because of the limitation of college, and how he has to go to the cafeteria and he has to order like really shitty food. And it's actually pretty clean, but they don't have amazing ingredients inside of them, and it's kind of different every single day. But he tries his very best to eat the best food that he can, and that's really helping him a lot. He's lost, let me think, he was 235 and now he's down to 207. No, I think he's lost around like 23 or 24 pounds. I can't remember his starting weight, to be honest, but he's almost to his goal too, and I think he's going to push even harder because he knows he can go harder. But the point is that he's been sticking on the plan really well, and he's been doing his absolute best, even having the conditions of eating shitty food in the shitty ass dorms, in the shitty ass cafeteria in college. But you can see the difference. Like, my one client, he's at home, he's 50 years old, and he can cook his food on his own. He has the resources to eat healthy food all the time and just follow the plan to 100%. It's just a decision to make. And my other client that's doing really well and follows the plan really well, he's just followed the plan very well. And I've allowed him cheat days but in moderation. That's the only thing that's stopping you from really achieving your goal is taking maybe some alleviated days to satisfy those cravings or relieve fatigue from the diet. But other than that, it's just a decision, and you can still eat the bad stuff in moderation and lose weight. It's not, especially if you're trying to balance hormones and stuff, which I coach. It's not a good idea, but a clean, healthy whole foods is what he's been doing for the most part, and he's been doing really well. But those two examples, like my second example, the college kid, he's doing really well, and he's lost so much weight. But that's a perfect example of, I don't even think he's had a single setback week yet. He's lost like 2 to 5 pounds every single week that he's been in my program, and it's only been 7 weeks. So it's just crazy progress for him, and he's doing such a good job. And he's not even feeling any sort of fatigue or like any sort of like mindset problems or like, you know, like crazy cravings for food. So like he's doing such a good job in that, and I'm really proud of him. But the point is like, the point is that he could be doing what my other client is doing, just eating, you know, and having some cheat days and just resetting the next week. But he chooses to push on, and I'm really proud of him for that. He's doing such a good job, and he every single time I get on a call with him, he's always very fulfilled in what he's doing, and he feels like he's really reclaiming his body, and his skin is starting to clear up. He's really seeing crazy visual changes because he's lost so much weight already, and I can just tell that he's going to want to push further because he knows he's making so much progress, and he has the good mindset to it. But that's what you guys have to adopt whenever you're having a diet or you're trying to bulk up. It's a lengthy process, guys. Like, if it was easy, everybody would have the body. Like, I know that everybody talks about that all the time. Like, it's really serious. I mean, it's taken me a long time. Like, I've worked out for almost 4 years now, and I still have a long way to go in terms of my goals and me personally where I want to get to. But I've made some good progress, and I've had some times where I've kind of slowed down progress and things haven't been good. But almost every time that happens, it's not because I wasn't following the plan, but it's because there were some unknown variables that I didn't know, like relieving diet fatigue and things like that. But it's just crazy to me how much progress you can really make if you actually follow the plan and you can achieve the goal and not feel so terrible about cheating every single time because you just don't do it. So to sum up the video, just do the fucking work and don't cheat. Just don't cheat at all, and you're gonna feel so much better. The longer you don't cheat, the more that you're going to feel better in the long run, and the more that you're going to hate the shitty ass food that you eat. Like, if you eat like sugar, you're not gonna want to eat sugar anymore if you just eat healthy food from now on. So that's pretty much the video summed up. Is just achieve your goals by just following the plan, do 100%. Just follow through 100% with your plan, and don't give up. Just know that the results are coming as long as you follow the plan to 100%, and yeah, reap the benefits, guys, because it's crazy and it feels so much better than just eating shitty ass food and feeling regret. So thanks for watching.